Hi, I'm Carrie Lee with Burleson Orthodontics, and on this episode of Chef's Corner, we're bringing you another recipe and some quick tips you can use at home for delicious meals that are also braces friendly. Today we're here with Chef Michael of Ocean Place Resort and Spa. Chef Toledo calls his style American collective cuisine with a sophisticated twist. You can see why as he prepares turkey meatloaf with butternut squash puree.
Yum.
Let's get cooking.
Good. Well, thanks for having me.
Pleasure's all ours.
Great. Well, what I'm trying to do today is show how you can take some protein and add it into everyday daily diet, along with some great vegetables and some great vitamins and nutrition.
It's fantastic.
Now, what I want to do is basically take traditional meatloaf and just add a little bit of love to it. And the love comes from all the flavors and spice that we're going to incorporate in this dish. So you want to get started?
That sounds
great.
great.
You going to help me?
Love to.
Okay. We're going to take just basic turkey meatloaf.
This is really lean, nice meat.
Very lean protein. It's great. It has great high protein count. Can you just describe that for me?
Of course.
And what I want to do is I want to show how you can, because some kids are afraid to have that vegetables. Now,
right.
You can buy this in any local supermarket, as well as all the ingredients here in any supermarket. You can buy carrots diced now, you can buy zucchini diced, you can buy onions diced, so it's very kid friendly
and it's not like
and mom friendly too, and right. Easy on the run. So what I want to do is take my diced carrots and my sliced garlic. Mm-hmm. So it's about 1/3 cup of carrot and about 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, so we're going to throw some of that in there.
You can always add more or less garlic to taste.
A recipe is just a guide, so you can just add in. Once you add in, it's kind of hard to take out, so you got to watch a little bit. So let's put that aside. Then we're going to have some chopped white onion. Now you can use red. Red will bring a little bit more sweetness to it. Okay. Basil, I like to use fresh. I know the recipe says dry. We can just omit that at any time and throw in some good fresh powder. So we're going to throw in approximately 1 onion. You can just put it right there for now, so we can turn around. And then we'll discard all that later. Then we have some beautiful zucchini, which have great nutrients. It actually adds a lot of that depth of flavor to the turkey, which is good.
And it keeps it a little more moist.
A little more moist. It has some water content in there, so once it starts cooking, it pulls out and it keeps that turkey nice and moist. Good call. Then we have dry oregano. Just throw a 1/4 teaspoon in there. Paprika. Now I like to use the Hungarian. I like to get that little bit of flavor going to it. Just a little bit, little smokiness to it.
Also some great enzymes in there too.
Yes, absolutely. Some pepper, some black pepper. And you can, once again, you can add any type of ingredient you want to it. I like to use sea salt. Now I'm going to add sea salt in now, as well as before it goes in the oven. I'm going to top it just with a little bit extra love, because it'll bake into it and it'll give it that nice salty flavor, which kids love.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do a little bit of Dijon, if you can hand me the spoon right next to it. Okay. There's about 1 teaspoon. Okay, let's discard that. Let's put these aside as well. Get them out of the way. You do about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of seasoned breadcrumb. Now you can use whole wheat breadcrumb. You can use whole wheat panko breadcrumb. Add a little bit more nutrient to it and keep it more healthier too. So we'll just throw that in there.
And the panko would be a little more crunch?
Yeah, a little bit more crunch texture to it. Yeah, absolutely. 1 egg. Now if you notice, I cracked the egg on the side. Okay. And the reason why I want to do that is so I don't get any shells into the protein, because salmonella and all that good stuff. So we're going to crack that. And actually, let's get that out of here.
I'm sometimes famous for my crunchy omelets.
Are you? Hey, that happens. Everybody makes mistakes, you know. So we're going to discard the egg yolk.
Okay.
All
Save
Save some fat. Yep. We'll just throw that right in there, so we get rid of it. Now, the extra egg is for that emergency backup.
Okay.
We always put it on the counter in case we need it. You know, the kids can boil it later on and throw it at each other, whatever they choose to do. But we keep that just for emergency.
It was an old game in my house.
Yep. Now we just add the egg white right to it. And that's going to add a little more protein too. And it's actually the albumin, the egg white, will actually add as a binder to it. Okay. A little Worcestershire. Okay. Do about a teaspoon. Okay. You put that aside. And this is where the flavor comes out, right here. A little A1 steak sauce. This will heighten the recipe overall. And you know, kids, they love that They love that tanginess and
Right.
saltiness too, but not all that heat. And this will help them.
Right.
Yeah.
The love of ketchup.
The level of ketchup. Well, that's actually in there too.
Right.
That's going to go later on
Okay.
when we coat it. So we're just going to go ahead and mix all this up. Now, you can use your hands. It's very easy. I don't want to get too messy, but I can show you the home cook. Let's get rid of that. How to just incorporate this. Now, if you notice,
This is fun for the kids to do too.
fun for the kids. Mom can bring them over, say, hey, come mix this. Why? Do something else. And this actually will add that vegetable nutrient that moms are always trying to get kids to eat, you know? And this puts it right into the turkey, which they don't even know.
Right.
You know? Even if you don't tell them it's in there, they're like, hey, this is good, Mom. What's that in there? You know? So once that's all mixed up, we just make a beautiful cutesy, like the word cutesy.
So you don't need a loaf pan, you don't need...
You can use a loaf pan.
Okay.
I like to make them individual because, you know, nowadays moms are on the run and they don't have all that time to wait for a 45-minute meatloaf.
Right.
So if you make them smaller, like I'm doing here,
Cook
they'll
faster.
take in 20 minutes, as the recipe says. They'll cook a lot faster and a little bit more efficiently for the mom to get the food on the table.
And if you made like a, doubled up the recipe, you could freeze these too,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
great.
Now, what's best about this, okay, let me backtrack real fast.
Okay.
I sprayed the pan with nonstick spray.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just form these in there. You try and make them as uniform as possible. What's best about this recipe is that it's universal. So when you're making this, and let's say you're all done turkey, and
Right.
you have some left over, okay? Tomorrow, you can take that same turkey, you wanna throw that over?
I'm sorry.
You can take that same turkey, and you can crumble it up,
Okay.
and you could put it into a quesadilla shell with cheese. Then you have turkey quesadilla,
Right.
which is healthy. Then you could also take this, crumble it up again the next day, and make turkey chili. Okay, or you can even, one better, you can take it again, crumble it all up, and you can make a nice little Cobb salad with crumbled turkey. So you can utilize this for
Right.
3 or 4 days in a row, and the kids won't even know it's the same ground turkey.
Yeah.
So let me wash my hands.
Okay.
But when I wash my hands, we're going to then walk to the oven, and then we're going to jump on the butternut squash. All right. So what I want to do is, we're talking about the healthy cuisine,
Right.
the concept of keeping it nice and nutritious. So we have butternut squash. We're going to go ahead and just cut this right in half. Now you can buy these already cut at the
Okay.
supermarket now. I'm just doing this so people can see how easy it is to work
Right.
with. Okay. Can you hand me the little sharp spoon there? Do you want to take that center out? It's good. Don't put it in there though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's put it there you go. Put it right in here. Okay. Perfect. I see you got some talent there. Have you done this before?
Just a few times.
2 times?
But
Good.
then we make it completely unhealthy by filling this with butter and sugar.
Well, not traditionally unhealthy, but we're gonna add just a little love to it.
Okay.
We don't call butter unhealthy.
So, I think in the amounts we use, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Might be not so good.
Now, if you notice, I'm using a spoon
Right?
to take out the center. And that's a great little tip for the home consumer in case they can't find it already cut.
Well, and it's also, it is soft enough that if you don't have a serrated edge.
Yes, you
on
can just
your
use
spoon, a regular spoon
You can
will
just
work.
use a regular basic spoon. Let's discard that. All right, so I'm going to move this over to here. I sprayed this pan as well, just in case, anything went wrong. I just want it not to stick. Okay,
Okay.
because don't forget, the butter's going to melt, the cinnamon, the nutmeg,
Start
all that's
caramelizing.
going to, all that's going to get caramelized. And you want to make it easy for cleaning too, for the home consumer. So you want to make sure that it's very easy for moms. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to do a little bit of butter. Put one in there.
That's where I went wrong.
That's love, though. Okay, it's not wrong. It's love.
So I think
okay?
we lust our butter.
Yeah. Okay. Now, don't forget, we have healthy turkey.
Right.
We still have nutrition in there. We still have lower fat. So a little bit of butter
Well,
is
you
okay.
need some fats for your body to absorb a lot
Yes.
of nutrients anyway.
Correct. So we're gonna put a little brown sugar. Okay, just a little bit, just enough to add some sweetness to it.
I'm learning so much about what I should be doing.
A little bit of nutmeg
The secret
and a
spice.
little bit of that's great. I love it. Right. A little bit of cinnamon, and basically that's the recipe.
Okay.
Then you just walk this right over to the oven.
That is so easy.
After you walk it to the oven, you let it cook
Right.
for approximately 30 minutes. Now, you can cut that time in half by peeling it
Okay.
and dicing it and cooking it in the oven because it takes half the amount of time when it's diced in smaller
And
portions.
then just mix the butter and the sugar all together.
Yeah, you
with
just
it.
mix it all together, throw it in the same kind of pan right in the oven.
Perfect.
So, we're going to walk this to the oven now.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Why don't you grab the turkey, and I'll grab the butternut squash. Well, Carrie, it's been 10 minutes, and the turkey is halfway there.
Okay.
Now, the secret or the trick, adding that extra love and flavor to it, is to glaze it with some traditional, come on, ketchup. Kids love ketchup, right?
My kid prefers a trough. She doesn't really consider a condiment so much as a side dish.
I love ketchup. This adds great profile flavors to this. A little sweetness.
And you don't add it in early because it may burn, or?
It'll actually get a really hard gel on the outside,
Okay.
like a little crust, which is what we want to do now.
Right.
All right, because we want it to bake in there just a little bit. We don't want to add too much of that saltiness to it beforehand. We just want to finish it off in the oven. So, we're going to finish this up in the oven, an additional 10 minutes, and we should be ready to do the butternut squash.
Perfect.
Great. Okay.
Safety first.
Okay, the turkey is completely done. 20 minutes in the oven. Why don't you grab that for me?
That's looking
Nice and hot, right?
delicious.
Smell great?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's what we want.
That ketchup really helps bring out that flavor.
It does. And here's our butternut squash. Look at that beautiful amount of butter just resting right in there.
See a
Set
little
that to the
bit?
front. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to let the turkey rest.
Okay.
We just want the proteins to kind of go back through and let the juices run a little bit.
Okay.
Don't forget, we had the vegetables in there. We want to make sure they're fully cooked. Now, if you have a kitchen thermometer for those moms at home, you can always use a kitchen thermometer to temp it at 165 degrees or over, because it's ground product. You want to make sure it's fully cooked. Now, with this is the fun part. This is where your kids will have a blast working with this. You let it cool down slightly, okay? So if you can, if it's not too hot, if you can just scoop some of that out and put it right in this bowl.
Now, do I want to get the butter in there too?
Oh yeah, that's yeah, put all that love in there. How about you want me to pick one up and put the butter in there for you, since I have really no fingers in my hands? All right,
Wait a
there's the
minute.
butter.
So you have no fingerprints. You're a
No
dangerous
fingerprints,
man.
yeah. So scoop some of that up. It's not too hot. Now it's not too hot, right?
No, not really.
Now it's workable. It's
Yeah.
pliable. That's the look you're looking for. Be able to just scoop it right out, right in there.
It's a really beautiful color.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just pull. Don't be afraid.
I don't want to hurt the squash.
And you're gonna go right into this bowl. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna come a little closer so you have less of a travel.
Whoops.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you use the towel? Tastes
Oh,
good, right?
that's good.
Yeah. All the flavor and the profiles all mixed together with the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the sweetness of the butternut squash.
And then the saltiness of the meatloaf.
Yep.
Oh, that's delicious.
But also, most important, this is great for any type of season. You can do this in the summer with any type of pumpkin. You can do this right now as the weather changes and breaks a little bit.
Is there any special trick, or just go for it?
Just go for it. The easiest thing to do is what you're doing right there, is go around the rim first, break that seal of the
So it's really
cinnamon.
caramelized on top, and it's.
See, now look how beautiful that piece came right out.
Only I done it the first time.
That's okay. You were too busy afraid to touch it, so I didn't want to bother you. Okay, let's stop there.
Okay.
You can get all that out later. Now we're gonna go over to our food processor. Now you can use a basic fork to mash it.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you can just mash it really easy, and you can do it that way, rustic style.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can go into the food processor.
Immersion blender, if you have one of those.
You could, but you might need to add a little cream to it.
Okay.
And then if you add cream to this, then you got turkey butternut squash soup.
Yes.
So, which is
Ooh,
good, which is good for the winter. Yeah.
Crumble up the
So,
turkey.
all right, so we're going to go right into our food processor. And we're just going to go ahead and spoon that right in. Try to disperse it evenly. Get all that butter and that flavor out of there. We're just going to go ahead and pulse it a little bit, just to break up all those fibers that are in there. And you can see the beautiful caramelized pieces right there. Done. We're going to go ahead and slide our dish up, our forks, so we can try a little bit. We're going to lift up and get our squash. Okay, smell it. Smells like fall, right?
Yes.
Right into the center of the plate. Another one. Don't forget, you have protein, nutrients, vegetables, and a hell of a lot of awful love. So we're just going to go ahead and slightly pick this one up. Okay, we're going to put that down. Let's maneuver that out of the way. Maneuver that. Let's get this out of the way. And I like to use a serrated knife. It's a great little tip. Ground turkey, some vegetables in there. You might want to make sure you get through a little bit. Now what I like to do is just kind of slice it on a slant.
little London broil action.
Yep. So look at that. Look how
Ooh.
beautiful that is. Moist, tender. Look at that. You see all the moisture. See it? Look at all that.
Yeah, and then the colors pop with the
Yeah,
green
yeah,
and the orange.
yeah. And you can do 2 little cuts. Okay. You say we call these pieces here for kids. We call them Scoobies. All right, because they're just little bites of morsels of love. All right, and then we just go in here. Put that piece there. Put that piece there. You have a beautiful portion size, and then just a little bit of texture on top. And here you have your beautiful dish.
It's amazing.
That's great. You ready?
Oh, yes.
You digging in, or are you digging in the Scoobies?
I'm gonna do a Scooby.
You need the Scooby? Go ahead, dig in the Scooby. Let's get a little butternut squash.
Oh, he totally stole my
Oh,
piece!
the Scooby. Oh, that is so good.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna double Scooby.
You'll get, oh, that's right. Double Scoobies are always good. They're bonus Scoobies. Good, right? The flavors.
It really mixes
You
well.
get the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the saltiness of the ketchup, but yet the moistness of the turkey.
And the sweetness with the butternut squash is
Yeah, makes it pop, right?
the dichotomy there is really delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's my recipe for today.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for joining me.
I might have a little more snack before we go.
Oh, go ahead.
Really
Go ahead, you
good.
keep talking, I'll keep eating.
Oh, you don't want to sign off for me?
All you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Chef's Corner. If you like this recipe or want some more, please go to bracesfriendlyrecipes.com. Just keep on smiling.